back. Surprise stream on the first Sunday of daylight saving time, 2026. We're back on Sundays for now, at least for the day. I know I said that I was going to try doing maybe Wednesday nights or something like that, and I still am planning to, but a lot has occurred in the past month. If you've been following the channel, you might know some of that. You'll know that I sustained an injury a few weeks back. What even day was that? It was how many weeks ago? Hang on. 2, 3. Must have been 3 weeks ago. It was 3 weeks ago. Today, I sustained an injury. Oh boy, it's mainly daylight saving time has me disoriented today, losing that hour of not of sleep, because I slept in today. I got up. It was like, wow, it's like almost afternoon already. But also, I did have a mild concussion. So what happened was, long story short, I was making popcorn on the stove, and I fainted. I literally fainted. I lost consciousness. I had a syncope, is the medical term for it. And next thing I knew, I was picking myself up off the floor. I won't go into the details, but I did end up having to go to the emergency room the next day. I'm okay. It took me about a week or so, week and a half maybe, to like fully recover from the concussion. And I had a lot of aches and pains from it, some bumps and bruises and scrapes, and I also had a big burn on my arm. A big burn the size of a small burn the size of a large burn, not like big, small enough that I could treat it myself at home, and it's progressing well. So I mostly recovered from that, except for, like, you know, the burn is healing, but it's it's gonna take a while. I won't describe it. But that same week, while I was recovering from all of this, I was fired from my job. So what had happened was, I reported a manager for behavior that was creating a hostile work environment. I reported this to HR, and instead of investigating, they fired me in retaliation. Which yeah. This is not the first time this has happened to somebody. Ohio is an at-will employment state, and the organization I was working for doesn't have a union, and there's not a whole lot I can do. It's not as if I can materially prove that my version of events is true or accurate. I'm going to go ahead and click in continue here with Eid. Last played exactly a month ago, 4 weeks ago on February 8th. Let's get back to it. I'm just going to pause for a second. Anyway, so it's been a tumultuous month. Yeah, I mean, it sucks. I have a lot of feelings about what happened to me, but I mean, these kinds of dynamics and situations are made possible by the weakening of collective labor in this country. The power of unions and of workers in general has been severely weakened bit by bit over the past several years and decades. And it's a situation that allows for these kinds of abusive dynamics, and far more egregiously abusive than what I experienced. I will say, like, I know that people experience much worse than what I was subjected to, which is not to downplay what I was subjected to. I mean, um, or like the team that I was a part of, like I experienced and witnessed the most precipitous drop in morale that I've ever seen. But I'm not going to go into too many details about it here on the stream. Also, still in the description of the stream, you can find links to. Um, I've already forgotten the exact organization, but it's an immigrant defense fund. I believe is the link that I put in there, and also Five Calls, which is an app that helps you organize your thoughts around specific issues that you can call or email your senators and representatives about, so you can find issues that are important to you, and it helps people to organize not only their thoughts but to organize together and apply pressure by making a lot of calls and sending a lot of emails about the same things. It is March 8th, 2026. If you are paying any attention to the news at all, or even if you're not, I feel every time I do one of these streams, something worse has happened than the last time. Like, all of this ICE stuff is still going on. By the way, Minneapolis still occupied by ICE. The media left, but ICE did not. So a lot of people are still afraid to leave their houses because it's not a hypothetical. When they do, they are targeted by ICE. So there's a lot of mutual aid organized around paying people's rent, bringing them groceries, things like that. So all of that is very important. That is still happening to this day. But since the last time I streamed, the president of this country has started an illegal, unnecessary war with Iran. And I'm not going to go into too many details about that, but it is already pretty bad. They started off with a pretty egregious war crime, and they have essentially said out loud that they plan to do more war crimes. So I don't have anything productive or novel to say about that hasn't already been said or that you can't find, but just to place us in time and sort of where not just my headspace is, but just the world in general. But today, we're going to get back into CUD. I'm going to see if I remember how to play at all, what I was planning to do last time I was on here. Yeah, let's get back to it. All right, let's see. Anyway, thanks for joining. I know nobody's currently on the stream because I didn't announce this, and you know, but for everybody on the VOD, thanks for joining, whether or not you skipped my big intro. Let's just take a look at quests. I think I was planning... Yeah. I was planning to find this... Oh yeah, I'm in this place. I'm in Tabaiva. And I'm looking for this boulder. The small boulder of the consecrated tinker. Oh, and also, alternatively, if I can't find that, there's this remote star apple farm I've been tasked with locating, which is near to Salt Reach. Okay, but let's just have a little walk around town and see if I can find a boulder. These guys are neutral to me. These are villagers in this town. Many of them have green sprites, green skin or fur, and that appears to be part of the reason they all gathered here in this town. I'm not seeing anything that looks like a boulder, or where I would even find that. Last time I was looking for something in a town, it was just in a chest right in the middle of... Well, actually, that one was not a town. That one was a... God, these are so beautiful. The horses and unicorns in this game, just gorgeous, gorgeous. Horsehair carpets his beautiful brawn like white rain on the pale sea, and then it's battered by streamers of magenta mane. That and his tail are pennants of a lost and never kingdom. Over the head, a dream is promised. Bone races itself to a nothing point and is sheathed by time's breath in the keratin of glitter. Let's just zoom in a little bit. Not that much. Anyway. You might find that even though I've recovered from my concussion, I'm still a little bit scattered just because of, well, everything else that I talked about. So, you'll just either have to bear with me or, you know, if you don't want to watch or listen to that, that is fine. I'm not going to blame you for it. All right, well, let's look anywhere else. I'm on the outskirts. Here I'm on the outskirts. There's a hookah over here. There's a hookah all the way over here. Just sitting in the middle of the... Just take a puff. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, what's going on? Nothing to say, nothing to trade? That's fine. Live and drink. Bed out here. Could take a nap. Okay, okay. There's something happening with this stone... Steel? Stele? But... Maybe it's just that. Maybe it's just the lore about the green-skinned congregating inside. There's this stuff over here that I found last time, but it doesn't seem to be for like any purpose. It's just like this disconnected power line. Okay, let's go up the screen. Is it nighttime? Oh, that's a club. Okay, my torch is lit. I didn't, by the way, look up any of the things I said I might look up last time. And I've forgotten what they were. I think one of them was how to tell time and, like, date up here. I mean, you can gather from looking at this up here, that's the moon and the stars, so it's nighttime and also it's dark. But... okay. Yeah, no, no boulders around the outskirts. Oh, hello. Oh, that's Wolfofo... no, I'm gonna get it. Wolfofogobu. Wolfofogobu. Who gave me the quest to find the Star Apple Farm. That's Nelb. That's just Nelb. He just showed up one day and started hanging around the town. I don't know. I don't know where I'm supposed to find this boulder. I'm not seeing anything that looks like a rock around here. You just keep going, I guess. Still on the outskirts of town. There's this wooden machinery. Oh, got a text. Ah. No, no longer on the outskirts. I'm just gonna go all the way around. Anything that says outskirts to Biva. What is this? A glow pad. Leaf disc gleams through luminous veins. Okay. Don't want to get bit. There's one of these things. Dreadroot. A Too much to worry about. Snapjaw Hunter, but he should be neutral. Yeah. Salt marsh. It's morning now, so everything should be a little bit more visible. Still outskirts. I've discovered Shabal Ipsilateral. A ruins. Okay. Well, you know what? Since I am having zero luck finding this boulder. You know what, also? I've been walking around a lot. Gotta whip up a meal, I'm hungry. Just a sprinkle of salt, a sprinkle of adorned Irabra, a dash of dogthorn, and an eminent Snapjaw scavenger's right arm. Don't eat this in front of the Snapjaws. Okay, ooh. This is a problem. This could be a problem. I only have $10 of water. Do I have anything I can sell somewhere? I could sell these injectors. I remember these being really cool, but if I can't, if I die of thirst, I'm not gonna have a chance to use them. So I might have to find a way for. I remember somebody telling me that this is a good source of water. Maybe if I cook this into a meal, it will sate my thirst. But I don't have the cooking skill. Do I? Where even was that? It's been a while, cooking and gathering. Would you believe you'd find cooking under cooking and gathering? Meal preparation. I need 100 skill points and then 15 intelligence, which I have. Oh, some more good news, though. Not personal, particularly. Good time for music on the 27th. The new Mitski album came out, and obviously great. Also, the new Gorillaz album, which is also very good. So, good stuff there. Also, The People's Joker is now on Tubi. And I had not gotten around to watching The People's Joker yet because I just hadn't. Kept forgetting. I paused my Mubi subscription before I got around to watching it. And then I was like, oh, shoot. Maybe I'll just rent it. But now it's on Tubi. So I watched that last night. The hype is true. It's great. It's a great movie. It's got a very collage-like aesthetic. It's like it's almost like watching a zine in a way, if that makes sense, because so many different artists worked on it. It contains all of these disparate styles that still mesh together in a really interesting and complementary way. It's great. Highly recommend it, and it's free on Tubi. Rubble. Irregular volumes of stone are heaped together. Across its surface, points of order poke sporadically through the pile of entropy. A statue's finger. The gnomon of a sundial. A parcel of circuit board. Hello. Live and drink, Aqua Friend. Nothing to say. Now, here's a question. If I fly, can I fly over this rubble? I can. Can I fly over a wall? No. Can fly over the rubble, but not over a wall. Ew. Ew. It's electrofuges. These guys are no joke. But ooh, here's the other question: how much ammo do I have? Oh, plenty. Okay. I'm just a terrible shot. All right. No loot, but got some XP. A lot of whoa. Happens a lot when you're flying. Even though let's see, attributes and powers, wings. I only have a 2% chance of falling clumsily to the ground. I have to assume this is 2% every time I like move while flying. Ew. I'm not going over there. I'm not going over there. That's a turret. Okay. Ooh, what's that? Glowfish corpse. Probably the electrofuge got it, sadly. Oh, they're neutral to me. Okay. A snow-white slumping head is beset with keen and soft red eyes. His fur is powdery on his hulking ape frame, and on moontime, instinct squeezes his fist into a chest beater. Oh, however... Okay. What? Ukomo Kuyukim, the Suave. Legendary albino ape. Loved by apes. Admired by arachnids for saving one of their young from drowning. Ah! Well, let's see if these guys got anything to say to me. Nah? Nah, you're just walking away? I just want to chat. Pound's chest. Your thirst is mine, my water is yours. Ooh. Let's trade? You know what? I might go ahead and just sell you one of these injectors. How about you want this vampire injector? Your movement speed is increased at night and underground, but reduced by 20% in the daylight. You can see in the dark, you grow burrowing claws and suffer double damage from light-based attacks. You want that? Cool. And now I have 24 water, so let's do the water ritual. My reputation with apes increased by 100 to 100. Now I'm slightly less hated by arachnids. Ooh, okay. If I had a ton more reputation, I could ask this guy to come with me, which would be fantastic. Or I could learn Conk if I had just 50 more reputation, but I'm just gonna ask him for a secret. Tard Ukomo Kuyukim shares an event from the life of a sultan with you. In 4300 BR, Yoladek III, meteorite shouter, light dancer, the Shemor Scourge, died of natural causes. He was 102 years old. That's worth knowing. Alright, live and drink. Okay, now I have slightly more. Slightly more. Oh, stuck in a pool of asphalt. You know what? Your friends can help you out with that, right? Alright, he's cool. He's cool. I don't need to get stuck in asphalt. It's liquid pools into a cistern of air and ground. Oh, if I could cook, this would add stability-based effects. Alright. Alright, I've got a little bit more water now. Let's see what else is in this ruins. That might be it. Oh, graffiti? Islands of carbon and gravel populate an ocean of bitumen and rise from the horizontal plane toward the emptiness of the air rasp. Time and pressure have laid hairline trenches along the basin. Graffiti is scrawled across the surface. It reads, Moon King, perhaps it can do at the high gate to Bright Sol? Perhaps. Oh, also, by the way, now I'm because I'm bad at self-promotion. First of all, I didn't introduce myself. I'm David Jewell. Look, it's been a tumultuous month. Lots happened. If you're on this channel, you whatever. An other positive thing that's happened this month is that season 2 of my podcast is now out. Two episodes are out on Patreon now, and this Friday, episode 2 of season 2 will drop in the main podcast feed, as well as right here on this YouTube channel. There's a playlist for it. It's called Radio Cataclysm, and it is a serialization of my audiobooks. This one was a long time in production, took a lot longer than I thought it would for a lot of reasons. Some of them my fault and some of them not, but it's out now. It is underway. It is a serialization of a book called Zek versus Colonel Destroyer. You don't have to have read the first book or listened to the first season to jump right in with this one, even though it is a serial and the story follows directly from one to the other. I really try to catch you up with all the information that you need to know to read or hear the story that you're listening to with any given volume. So this one's going to run for 19 episodes on a bi-weekly schedule, and yeah, you can listen for free here, right here on this channel, or in any podcast app that you use. You can also subscribe on Patreon to get episodes a week early. You not only get episodes a week early. On Patreon, you'll find microfiction in the show notes of each episode. There's currently over 3,000 words of it, and that's the only place you can find it. It's extra bits of lore, little side stories, in-universe articles, and letters and transcripts and things like that. So yeah. I've also been saying for a while that I am planning more like crafting and cooking videos and new episodes of my old series Miscellanea. And I have been planning that for a while. Because I now find myself with some time on my hands for previously mentioned reasons, I believe I will be able to get that up and running sooner rather than later. So it's not going to be like this week or the next week, but very soon there should be new episodes of Miscellanea and some other crafting and cooking and videos of that type. So that's exciting, to me at least. More graffiti, a lot of graffiti around here. I had no resonance for me whilst I could move mountains. I had no resonance for me whilst I could move mountains. Huh. Some more down here. Oh no! Oh no. Oh no. Oh, he sees me. I just want to read this graffiti. I still recall. Okay. Gonna force bubble. Gonna fire. Point blank. If this is the end of Eid, okay. My crow character, it would not have been the first time a boar was the end of a run. Where do you even come from? Oh, here we go. A chest. We got cloth overalls, a torch, and a copper nugget. Copper nugget's good for trade. I'll take all of that. Whoa! Oh no! Oh no! I knew it was there. I knew it was there. Oh my gosh. You were killed by a rifle turret. Yeah, I sure was. I sure was. And I couldn't hit... I could maybe have gone to the next screen over. Maybe that would have been a better move. I don't know if they can shoot across screens like that. Well, I'm going to save that tombstone file. Killed by a rifle turret that I knew was there. I was level 8. Survived for 6,518 turns. Found one layer and named one item. I read Aphorisms About Birds, my favorite book in the game so far. I did journey to Red Rock. The item I named was a woven tunic named Breast of the Honorable Nomad. I did. This is momentous. This is the first run in which I actually made it to the 6-day stilt. Discovered a couple places. I did the water ritual with a legendary albino ape. And I was killed by a rifle turret whose location I was ostensibly aware of. All right, well, start again. Gonna do classic mode again. Gonna do... Could replay the last character? No, I'm gonna do another preset, another mutated, and I'm just going down the line. We've done a Marsh Tar, Dream Tortoise, a Gunwing. Let's do a Star-Eyed Esper. Now, our luck may be going down. These first three are the most survivable / highly survivable starting builds. Over here we've got medium to challenging, so we'll see how it goes. Mental-based ranged fighter, effective crowd control and map vision, medium survivable starting build. elemental-based ranged fight. Now this could be interesting. This is different from what we've done before. These first two were very melee focused. This was a ranged build for the first time. This is this sounds more like, well, we'll see. We'll see. Star-eyed Esper. So strength 15, agility 16, toughness. So high ego, 21 ego. Fairly high intelligence and willpower. Clairvoyance, light manipulation, ooh, sense psychic, stunning force, and teleport other. Teleport other sounds very fun. Okay. Alright, let's do a random name again. Fayum. Tycat. Nuyutep. Siwer. Nushwak. Kiyun. Kmeshiwer. Simir. Tyrok. Kind of like Tyrok. Ud. Ud. Nisham. Umeshum. Syrum. Shwumuwer. Just gonna cycle through a few until something. Maromod. Ishrola. Kind of like Ishrola. Omomum. Oh, there was Ola. Mock. Here we go. Mock. Alright. I had been starting in Joppa, but that was starting to become, or would start to become, like just repeating the same content on the stream over and over again. Last time I started in a random salt marsh village. This time maybe. Village teaches butchering. Village teaches wayfaring. Plus 50 reputation with equines, tortoises, and vines. You know what? Let's start in the salt dunes. Village teaches fasting way. Plus 100 reputation with reptiles, and start with the Isakari banner. On the 16th of Tishru, the 1st of Ux, possibly is how you're supposed to read that, you arrive at the village of Tulep. On the horizon, Cud's jungles strangle chrome steeples and rusted archways to the earth. Further and beyond, the fabled spindle rises above the fray and pierces the cloud-ribboned sky. Okay. Somebody is saying, "The beauty! My stomach is in stirs!" Okay. I'm going to take a quick recess, 5 to 10 minutes. I will be back momentarily. I'm going to mute for now. And it back. Okay. Let's take a look first and see what I've got. I have 10 drams of honey. 10 drams of honey. 64 water. I have got the Isakari banner. Gives me plus 200 reputation with the Isakari tribe. Platinum Stitch on a field of salt white brings recognition only to the mirage-trained eyes of the Isakari. The banner has been sewn into a secret collar. Scarlet collar, that says. I swear I have recovered from my concussion. The banner has been sewn into a scarlet collar, but what would a secret collar be? It does say it's brings recognition only to the mirage-trained eyes of the Isakari. So a secret collar would be like something like it just looks like you're wearing a normal, or not normal, but like an average cape or cloak or robe. I don't know, doesn't matter. I'm also wearing a cloth robe. Particulate from the eons sheared shale sticks in the fibers of goat wool. They make red freckles on the garment. Very evocative. Witchwood wreath. Twigs from the witching tree are paired and twisted to a garland for hindsun. And I have a staff. Quarter sawn witchwood wears 1,000 nicks along its warped length. And, of course, a torch. And on my feet, leather moccasins. Boar leather vamps are scuffed with little fissures sparking in wind-rasped quartz. My attributes and powers. Okay. Clairvoyance. You briefly gain vision of a nearby area. My vision radius is 4, and it lasts for 20 rounds. Light manipulation. You manipulate light to your advantage. Produce ambient light within a radius of 4. You may focus the light into a laser beam, temporarily reducing the radius of your ambient light by 1. Laser damage increment 1d3. Penetration of 8. Ambient light recharges at a rate of 1 unit every 15 rounds until it reaches its maximum value. 13% chance to reflect light-based damage. Nice. Sense Psychic. You can sense other mental mutants through the psychic ether. You detect the presence of psychic enemies within a radius of 9. There's a chance you identify detected enemies. Oh, that's cool. Stunning Force. You invoke a concussive force in a nearby area, throwing enemies back and stunning them. Range is 8, area 7x7. Creatures are pushed away from the center of the blast, stunned, and dealt crushing damage in up to 3 increments. The damage increment is 1d3, but it has a cooldown of 50 rounds. Wow. And Teleport Other. You teleport an adjacent creature to a random nearby location. Cooldown of 105 rounds. 105 rounds. Woof. That's kind of fun. There's an RPG called Divinity Original Sin 2, which is one of the worst titles for a game I've ever heard, but is one of the best CRPGs I've played. It's from Larian, who also made Baldur's Gate 3. A lot of similarities in gameplay and combat between those two, even though Baldur's Gate uses 5th edition D&D rules and magic and everything. But one of the best things you can do early on in Divinity Original Sin 2 is to find the teleport gloves, which just give you the teleport spell, which is one of the... I mean, it's a little OP in that it is one of the easiest ways to sway a battle to your advantage, but it just it's just fun to teleport uh, people and things around and just move stuff around. It's just fun. Anyway, okay, where are we at? We're in Tulip. There's a Mechanimous Pilgrim. Wears a costume of humility, simple frock, wide-brimmed hat, cerulean scarf, slouched back and weary eyes. Peace, friend. Do you have work that needs doing?
Speak to Lizakina Soluthal to the northeast, or Cetherial Abamin to the northwest.
Thank you, I have more to ask. Let's trade. Oh, he's got a book, but it costs 100. The Canticles Chromaic versus... I know Roman numerals. 27 through... Hang on. Nope. 17 through 24. Got it. A machine of spiraling gear trains and canals of copper has been meticulously tooled onto the coverboard of the Mechanimous Torah. Okay, so it's... I'm not going to buy that from him. It's his holy book. Live and drink. Let's just have a look around town. Whoa! Whoa, buddy. What is this? Fractus. A particularly prickly Pinot patch. Is this going to hurt if I walk into it? I'm going to do it. Yeah. Figured it would. I just had to find out. I'm making a mess. More Mechanimous Pilgrims. This is a tricky town to maneuver. All right. There's Cetherial. He's loved by the villagers of Tulip. Hated by Craigmensch for torching one of their villages. Fair. Hated by unshelled reptiles for torching one of their villages. I'm starting to see a pattern. Disliked by Craigmensch for reprogramming their favorite robot. Now, of these two, you know, I mean, okay. That makes sense, I guess. You reprogram my favorite robot, I'm gonna be pretty bothered about it. You torch one of my villages, I'm gonna be a lot more upset. But I don't know the Craigmensch, so I don't know. Just two bodyguards. Oh, hello.
Oh, welcome to the village of Tulip, Drifter. Here you'll find shade and victual, along with other provisions to help you better scour the rust caves for treasure. Per our custom, you may drink of our fresh water and quench your thirst.
I'm looking for work.
Oh, I'm grateful to the stamped apostate that you are here, friend. Travelers came to our village the other day. While breaking bread, they spoke of a fascinating place, a salt weep, but they wouldn't reveal the location. Will you find it for us? It would be a great grant to the monetary prospects of our village. We will pay you for your work. We hear it's located somewhere between 3 and 7 parasangs north of some forgotten ruins.
Some forgotten ruins? Yeah, I'll locate a salt weep as you ask. Somewhere between 3 and 7 parasangs north of some forgotten ruins. You know the location of some forgotten ruins? Hang on. Hang on. Do I? I guess I do. Okay. So it's... I'm not really sure what a parasang is, but I guess I can start over this way in some forgotten ruins. Oh, here it is. Here's the ruins in relation to Red Rock. So here's Red Rock right here. Okay, so each of these squares is a parasang. So it's going to be between... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's going to be somewhere up here. So I can go over here and just head north. And... Whew. You just be careful not to... mind if I... Cool. Just be careful not to, walk straight into the cacti. Ooh. Somebody's doing plein air. Nacreous oil wets the ecru linen and has dripped onto the easel. From the plane of the canvas, an image is pressed out. Oh, hey, Brian. Whoop. Good to be back. Yeah, it's been a while. I don't know if I'll continue these on Sundays. I'm still thinking of like switching to a midweek schedule, but I just, you know, daylight savings time has me all out of sorts, and after everything else that's happened this month, I just needed to get back into it. Okay, who's this guy? Warden oh, it's Warden. Warden Madramek? Okay. A body time fit to living in the smalls of spiral roots is kept warm by a layer of symbiotic moss fur. Bright, scanning eyes peer out of the self-same mask of his minyan, making his face a blazing portrait of togetherness, laced, burned, and painted to point. He's loved by the Fellowship of Wardens, admired by the villagers of Tulep for defending their village, disliked by robots for ruining the festival of Utyara Ux, hated by oozes for lighting a beacon fire to warn their enemies. Who are the enemies of oozes? Okay, well. Oh, hello.
Stay out of trouble, traveler.
Okay, now if I begin the water ritual with him, I'm gonna get some reputation with the wardens and the villagers here, but oozes. Actually, let's check my reputations. Currently, well, let's see. I am already hated by oozes. Well, disliked at least. And I already forgot the other one. What is happening? Robots. Okay, so I might as well. Alright, my reputation with the Fellowship of Wardens has increased. And the villages of Tulep. And robots like me less, and now I am now despised by oozes. Ooh. Alright, but I don't have enough. I could get more reputation with the Fellowship of Wardens. I don't have enough to get any secrets from him, but that is okay. Live and drink. I am now liked by the people of this town. Ooh, an Isakari raider and mechanimist convert. Her keffiyeh has been cut and resewn to a cowl, and she has tailored a tattered banner to approximate the slate habit of the Chromaic people. A bronze dagger sheathed in copper wire is slung on her hip, and she rubs a salt-nailed thumb over a talisman of cracked circuit board. Wanderer, do you venture northwise, into the great desert and nearer the six-day stilt? Why do you ask? Do you want me to take an artifact up there and throw it into the well?
I would ask you to make an offering at the sacred well of my bauble. Moon and sun, I beg you.
And why can you not go?
Friend, I would be a smoldering heap cooked to death by the ray of a dawn glider. I would be a slug-riddled corpse by the rifles of my kinsfolk. There is no kindness deep in the great desert. I cannot go and live.
I will tell you that I'm going to make the journey. Now, whether I actually get around to this with this character is an open question, but we'll accept the quest.
Moon and sun, friend, you have my deep and many-sided thanks. Here, take the trinket now, and if you're to ever return, let us visit again. Live and drink.
All right. What, this time, might the odd trinket be? A bubble level! A bubble level! I'm going to mark that important so I don't accidentally sell it. A bubble level with 1 dram of fresh water in the tube. A total pane of crystal bisects the straight edge and puts a greasy bubble in center view. Love it. Okay. This is kind of a labyrinth over here. Can I get to... what is this? Wet chalkboard. Just out here in the middle of everything. Okay. That brought me nowhere. Nobody up here, but I can go this way. Ha! So much for that. Okay. Ooh. Stairs down. Cannabis pilgrims. Strange tubes. Okay, let's go and look. You identify the strange tubes as a glass hydraulic pipe. It's got 8 grams of algal gel. Algal gel. Glass was blown into a machine artery. The liquid inside can't be accessed. I mean, I bet it could. Some wooden machinery. You identify the bizarre contraption as some wooden machinery. Okay, now I can't help but notice I have some abilities down here that were not in my attributes and powers, so they must be in my skills. So let's take a look at what I have. I have proselytize and intimidate, which is interesting. So I can make camp. I could get Mind's Compass now, right? Because or would I still have to buy? Would I still have to buy the starting cost, even though I have? Well, I could try it. Doubles the chance of regaining your bearings when you're lost. I have meal. I don't have meal preparation. Customs and folklore. Here we go. Tactful. Whenever you begin the water ritual with a new creature, you gain 25 bonus reputation. If you purchase this power after you treat with a creature, you gain 25 bonus reputation the next time you treat with them. Here we go. Persuasion. I have got Intimidate, which Has a cooldown of 50. You try to terrify adjacent hostile creatures. 1d8 plus your ego modifier. Penetration roll versus mental armor. On a success, a frightened creature flees from you for 64 rounds. Not 64, 6d4 rounds. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Minimum of 6 rounds. Proselytize. You persuade an intelligent creature to join you. Oh, I can just do this. I can just persuade people to join me. I don't have to have. Ooh. Okay, so I could form a party right now. I could. Well, he's unconvinced by my place. It was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. Okay. I'm gonna poke my head down here. I'm just gonna poke my head down these stairs that I found south of Tulip, just to see what's in here. I was fully planning to head out to some ruins, but can't resist a cave. I cannot. Salty water and sandstone. I cannot resist just poking my head in, poking around a little bit. Rock salt. Carmine clouds assume their crystal habit, cubes nested inside and out. Why does Magrai conceal this form from the sun? Who can say? Some glow pads. A large disc gleams through luminous veins. Live and drink. More wooden machinery. Wood was shaved, cut to smooth volumed shafts, and fit inside gearboxes to convey motion and continuity. Okay. Rubble. Just the standard descriptions here. Whoa. Woodsprog corpse. What is a woodsprog? A mound of wet leaves, root vine, and rotting flesh. Oh, that's just salt. Leech corpse. Rings a spongy worm body. Ugh. Something dangerous over here. Some lovely flowers. They're petal-shaded arcs of nectarous secrets. Besmelauma, legendary glowfish. Disliked by the husband of Dictraclam order for leading a raiding party on one of their camps. Loved by fish. Disliked by robots for disproving a famous theorem. Well, look, you can't be mad about that. Let's trade? Nothing to trade. Let's do the water ritual. My reputation with fish increased, and I am now only disliked by 275. I was already pretty disliked by the husband of Dictraclam order, which is fine. Robots, whatever. Oh man, I could learn swimming. I would have to have positive reputation with fish, apparently. Okay, well that's fine. Live and drink water, Sib. Ah! Oh crap. Motes of salt hang still on the notches of its chitin, and in the air above it, behind its stinger coils in harmonic virtue. Well, let's see if we can get a record for having 3 characters in a single stream. But first... well, there he goes. Teleported him away. No trouble there. I'm just gonna go back up here. I'm just gonna hit the up button. Yeah. Yeah, there are. Okay, whatever. Aren't there? What's nearby? Stairs down? Hang on. Ah! What? Wait a second now. Okay. I'm gonna rest until healed. Okay. Now, I didn't teleport. So why... Why is there no way for me... What is a shag spook? Its stalk is trunk fat, and powder coats the spots on its humongous cap. The pigment of its skin is liquid dye from a nearby weep. Okay. Why do I not... Why do I not have a way up on my... Oh, here we go. Oh, that's just back up where I was with the Dawn Glider. Oh, great. Ah! Oh my god. Dawn Glider again. Something's happening here. I'm not sure what's happening. Okay. Um, I don't know how to fix this. Okay. Oh, fight fire. You beat at the flames with your hands. Uh, do I have to be right next to them to teleport them? Possibly. Well, let's try Lays. I'm gonna die. That's what's gonna happen here. Um... Everything's on cooldown. I'm not close enough to teleport the stun glider. Hostile, very tough. Leathery wings bat smoke off his shimmering aura, and his S-shaped bod ripples across their waves of air. His plumage is bright with a singe of carnelian breath. Is that supposed to happen? I'm not sure. I just saw Brian's comment. I'm not, I'm not sure what he's referring to, because I'm not sure. A number of things just happened, and I'm not sure how I could have handled them better. First, I lost my way back up somehow. I don't know how. I took stairs down and then couldn't find the stairs back up. And then while I was trying to find the stairs back up, I ran into a dawn glider. And then I found a staircase leading down, walked around a little bit, rested until I was healed, then went back up, and the dawn glider was obviously still there. And now this dawn glider is going to kill me. Now, if and when this dawn glider kills me, I'm gonna start with the same preset. This is not count as like trying out this character build. So I'm gonna start over with the same situation, the same character type and starting situation, starting town. But this might be the fastest I have died on a run yet. It's definitely gonna happen, right? Everything's on cooldown. I can't use Stunning Force or Laze or Intimidate. Clairvoyance isn't going to do anything for me, right? I peer into another space. Party. I could proselytize. Probably has to be right next to me as well. You know... Do I have any healing? Yeah, I could get really confused. Hey, that actually worked pretty well, but now I am severely confused. Which is always fun. Let's just go... Whoa.
Now I wonder. Okay. I have managed to heal myself using witchwood bark and then rest until healed by standing on top of the stairway so that the Dawn Glider can't uh, can't get up. Possibly. Or maybe they just couldn't or lost track of me. I'm still Am I? I'm not confused anymore. Apparently. I've lost sight of the Umkalku, which is the Dawn Glider, but yeah, everything else is looking normal now, so I'm no longer confused. I don't know where to go, because if I look at the mini map, I thought the stairs up were over here somewhere. Maybe there are no stairs up. Brian has confidence in me that I'm not sure is I'm not sure I'm going to be able to live up to, but we will see. I'm going to give it a shot. Some boulders over here. Large boulder. Some more wooden machinery. I am shocked that I managed to survive. Come on! Stunning force, I could... Oh, I have to select a visible square. And this will hurt me. And sprint. Ack! Crap. Am I still bleeding? Great. And I don't have any... You know what? Just eat another one. Just eat another one. Eat all your witch word. Birch word. Okay. I really gotta find my way out of here. Don't even start with me. Don't even start. Yeah, I think you have to be pretty close to something to teleport it. Stunning force. Now, I do have a club. A staff. It's not very good. But it dazes on a critical hit. Critical hit. The centipede is wounded. Stunning force is on cooldown. I could laze again. Woof. Okay. I mean, it did say that this is a medium survivable build, so I'm definitely finding some of the drawbacks of this Star-Eyed Esper starting build. But let's see. I've got an mutation point, so I could increase clairvoyance, light manipulation,
Okay, next rank would be... more laser damage and penetration, and a higher chance to reflect light-based damage. Wait, I can't... I can't increase any of these because of my level. I just have to wait on all of these. Okay, well that's fine. All right, skills. What do I got? I don't know if there's anything in here that'll help me with survivability. Stanch wounds, but I don't have any bandages. Endurance, shake it off. That's just for being stunned. Single weapon fighting. I don't really have the skill points for any of these anyway. Tactics. Deft throwing. Cudgel, which presumably is what my staff is. +2 to hit with cut. You know, okay, yeah, I'll do that. Yes. Right, it is a cudgel, right? Yeah. Alright. Now, whether that does anything for me, we'll see. Back up here with this, this fish. I swear I came from over here. And I came down the stairs. Get bent. You know what? The laser is actually doing pretty well. And it recharges with time. So... and it seems to be pretty accurate. Hello. Just gonna come through this way. Now, okay, can I use this on, like, this area over here? I can! Okay, so that's cool, actually. Big cooldown. 90 turn cooldown. But that's actually pretty useful. I kind of like that. Now, it didn't give me a whole lot of info, but I don't have to come all the way over here to find out what this part of the room is shaped like. I don't know how I'm gonna get out of here. I should not have come down the stairs. But like I said, I cannot resist a cave. Alright, that's the stairs down. Now I know there was sandstone where I came down. Whoa! Something teleported me! This happened before. Did that happen before and I didn't notice? Did I get teleported and I just didn't notice? Like, back when I first came down the stairs? I would not be surprised. Okay. Back over here. Happen again. Something over here is teleporting me. Something over here is killing fire ants. Okay, I remember seeing that. I came this way. I remember seeing these wood sprog and leech corpses when I first came down. It's possible now it's possible I was teleported the moment I came downstairs. That could be what happened. Excuse me. Let's use clairvoyance over here. Okay. That was cool. I would like to know who or what is doing it, but it was cool. Now I don't know if I can I look at the mini-map on any I can toggle it on and off here. I don't know if I can look at a larger version of it. Okay. This is just a bunch of sandstone. No trouble. No trouble with... It's this thing. It's the yonder brush. Blue shifted panicles on long stems pop lock to invisible quantum eddies. I'm being teleported by a bush. Okay. Well, I know where it is. You gotta be joking me. Let's try this first. Okay, I'm not being followed by a Scorpiok as far as I can tell. Could I laze the bush? Did that do it? Ah, there's another one. And apparently another one. Okay. Well... Oh! That looks like a stairs. Yes, yes! Ooh, let's never go down there again. Okay. I didn't get anything from that. I did level up. I did get that. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna go back into town. And, every time. I'm gonna go ahead and... That's the warden. Up here, I'm gonna make camp and hope they don't mind. And whip up a meal. Out of primordial salt kraken larvae, a pinch of salt, and an accepted soybean. Extinguish because I'm in town. Alright, now I'm sated and quenched. No, I don't know if there's like a trader in this town. Let's see. Hello? Oh, hello. Doll, a dromad merchant. I love a dromad merchant. Let us trade. Okay. Now, I don't have anything in particular to trade. I do have a few torches. I could always trade a few torches. Not all 8. Let's say... Let's give you 4. It's a couple of bucks worth, and see what you've got in the way of maybe... What do I even want from you? What do I need? Maybe nothing. Maybe just water. Do you have any shields? Could get a shield. Meds? No meds. Food. You know what? Yeah, I don't know if that was a good trade, but I just like that I've now found the trader. Oh, hello. The village tinker. Red welts dot her skin where the soldering iron nipped it. Rings of ash stain her apron, and her vest pockets sprout stem-thin rods of glass, strands of wire, and metal rivets. Look at all these hookahs. And a workbench. Knotted wood of good moisture content holds the weight of earth at right angles. Scorch marks and salt decorate the grooves. Let's chat. Need a gadget repaired or identified, friend? Or if you're a tinker yourself, perhaps you'd like to peruse my schematics. Yeah, if I could afford it. Symbiotic firefly. A mote of gentle light darts about in the patterns of life. Oh, that's kind of fun. Little firefly that darts around you instead of a torch. It does cost 816 water. I'm good, probably. Live and drink. Hope you don't mind. What are these things? Airwell. Stone was carved and shaped into a rough dome, with square, even-spaced windows to let air flow. The small difference in temperature inside the dome causes dew to condense from air and accumulate in a catch basin below. Well, that's cool. And that's the catch basin. Would they mind? Okay, I'm glad they give me a warning. No, I will not. Thank you for letting me know. Who's this? Cephatil Rakanai, village apothecary. Piston-inked hands wave an accompaniment to his falsetto chiming, meant to replicate the sound of star echo grazing the orb of cassifescence in the pillowy dust of space.
You don't look so good. You need more yuckweed and honey in your diet.
Ah. No oh, does have bandages. I'll buy a couple of bandages. Let's say 3. Oh, they're 2 each? Let's get 2. Gosh, yuckweed is pricey. I don't really have much. Yeah, I'll do it, I guess. My services are available if you have work to offer.
Talk to Lazakana Solothel of the East.
Alright, live and drink. Now when you say to the east, that's a mechanimist pilgrim. Ooh, books. Eyes Cramps. You read one of the few legible excerpts from Eyes Cramps. She was 102 years old. Great. The hilt was broken and changed. We were to protect yourself. Okay. This one, though, because it is yellow or gold, it is written and not randomly generated. So let's see. Across Mograii, Volume 2, Athenreach. Now, I think that this was... in a previous run, I was sent to recover a volume of this series from like a pig farm. But let's take a look. Not look, read. Okay. Need a sip of water. Preface. Obviously and unfortunately, no primary sources are available from these distant lands. Much of this record draws upon the accounts given by fungi who crossed Mograii on the backs of dromad merchants. As a matter of convention, I date all events according to their chronological distance from an event of paramount historical significance, namely, the publication of these volumes. Accordingly, note that the event's parenthetical dates signify their occurrence prior to publication. Athenreach. Athenreach is a freehold in the northern reaches of the Sunderlies, along the Twining Thaw. It is most well known for its Eustace Sutton Monastery, which hosts the world's westernmost community of disciples of the Eustace Sutta. Local population. The local communities in the region have relied upon subsistence fishing for centuries, benefiting from the location's fortuitous position downstream of the glacial rivers flowing over the Aeschylean mountain range. Before the founding of the monastery in 110 PP, the regional combes were occupied by small fishing communities that traded peaceably amongst themselves. Once the pilgrim monks built and populated the temple, several tribes of fishermen settled a village nearby to prosper from the monastery's need for fish and cragreed. Over the years, the two communities have grown and largely intertwined, with some of the anglers forsaking the river and mountain gods for the Eustace Sutta. Conversion to the discipline of the Eustace Sutta. After King Urkarthus died in 40 PP and left no heir, Athenreach erupted into Bedlam, with several of the freehold's oldest families vying for the throne. The lowest-born fisherfolk, however, rallied around a wizened angler whose name has been lost to history. Several of the elder families supported the angler, believing they could rule from beyond
from behind the throne. The angler himself spurned the offer, but realizing the importance of a unified Athenreach, eventually accepted the crown, took the name Narcissus, and began a reign that would become the most prodigious in the Freehold's century-long history.
While favorable, temperate seasons brought commercial prosperity to Athenreach's fisherman, Narcissus, who would be called the Angler King, shrugged off the influences of the elder families and began to seek often the counsel of the monastery's scholar abbot Flavian the Learned. Together they achieved several ecclesiastical successes, chiefly among them the discovery and transcription of the scrolls of one Priam from nearby Combe Caves. Narcissus officially converted to the discipline of the Eustace Sutta in 18 pp, and 3 years later he declared it the official religion of the Freehold. The Angler King died in 3p and was succeeded by his 16-year-old son, Narcissus II, called Narcissus the Younger. Gifted with his father's wisdom and piety and possessed of a fiery disposition unique to the Younger, the new king began to augment Athenreach's role as a major bastion of the Eustace Sutta doctrine. While a sizable segment of Athenreach's population chose not to convert under the Angler King, the Younger is less tolerable of the old ways, and he has marginalized the pagan population. With the help of Flavian's successor, Moen Mosen, Narcissus II cemented an alliance with the Odrumian fiefdom Doria, taking the Teoldar's daughter, Nisramit, as his wife. The union is troubling to the freeholds along the Sunderlees, particularly Goldmouth, which has been razed and held at various times by several of the Odrumian fiefdoms. Eustace Sutton Monastery at Athenreach. The Eustace Sutton Monastery at Athenreach is one of the largest communities of disciples of the Eustace Sutta outside of the Hanging Hills. It was founded in 114 pp by the pilgrim monk Ume, who blessed the location as sacred because it lay along the path of the prophet Uchal's pilgrimage toward Iber. The monastery houses 2 hallowed artifacts of the Eustace Sutta discipline: the scrolls of one Priam, discovered and transcribed by the monastery's erstwhile abbot Flavian the Learned, and the presumptive hide of Ioponax, the great 3-headed mountain goat on which Uchal's is said to have ridden to the waterfall at Iber, and whose hide was so tough that it was said to later protect Uchal from starfire along the Black Stair after the goat's death. The current abbot of the Eustace Sutton Monastery is Moen Mosen, who succeeded Flavian the Learned upon the latter's death in 18 pp. Cool. More here. Material obstacles out of Num. Sad, now then crossing into Brightshill. Sad, now then return. Okay. Alright, this one's another 6 pages. I am going to take another brief break here before I start this one. Get a sip of water. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. I unplugged it and plugged it back in. Alright, so not sure what happened there. Basically, I decided not to read that book on stream because it was just a series of lists. So I read the intro and then closed out of it. And then I found this guy. Alright, peace friend. Do you have work that needs doing?
By the renowned liberator friend, hear me. I have a project that needs doing. Recently, I lost my airfoil Namik EMP grenade Mark I at the farm of the Sashur Woe. For my own collection, I would love to snag it. I'm willing to reward your service if you salvage it for me. What say you?
You just want me to find an grenade that you lost? Yeah, I guess. So I'm not sure where that location is, and it's probably not going to be my priority, but I'll accept the quest. Ooh, what is over here? A metal wall. Sheet metal is locked in diamond pattern and welded to enclose. The surface is scorched and scratched in sections. Okay. Strange furniture. Examining it risks damaging it? Oh, I guess not. A sitting object of vacant intent catches dust and off light. Okay. Well, I wouldn't want to damage it. Vessel. Okay. Interesting stuff over here. Okay, now I'm like deep in the center of this town. Can I just go up to the map from here? I can. Okay. So now over here, I know. Wait. Some Forgotten Ruins. Oh, there it is. The farm of Sashur Woe. It's actually right next to Some Forgotten Ruins. So could just go there. And I'm lost. Whoa. These tortoises are hostile to me. And there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. Including Nurlalab the Choleric, the legendary irritable tortoise. The long lathe of time shaved the prospects from beneath a reptile's feet until she hid in a shell of plastron and carapace, brooding and peevish. Hated by cannibals for casting doubt on their beliefs. What do cannibals believe? Loved by tortoises, hated by the villagers of Arashur for refusing them entrance to a local library. This is one tough tortoise. I don't need that heat. Still lost. Still lost. Scumgrass. Strands glisten with a frothing film. Hate that. I don't like all this slime. There's bound to be oozes around here. I can't believe I don't have my bearings back yet. Apparently I already know how to swim. You regain your bearings. Fantastic. Okay. Let's go to the farm of Sasher Woe. Okay, these pigs are neutral to me. Fantastic. Another pig farm. Dirt dappled flesh. Dirt dappled flesh hangs from her pouch belly and nearly slaps her chipper trotters. Okay, so now last time I was sent to a pig farm to find something, it was just in a chest in the middle of the pig farm. So let's take a look. And there it is. Get it. And I leveled up from that. Perfect. Okay. Now, I still cannot advance any of these mutations because of my level. But oh, I do have an attribute point. Ooh, where do I want to put that? Okay, I better be strategic with that. I do have 100 skill points. Now, mine's compass is good. I might just go ahead and get that. Reduces your chances of getting lost. Travel twice as fast on the world map, and doubles the chance of forgetting your bearings when you are lost. I think I've got to go ahead and get that one. Cool. Now I am hungry, so while I'm on this pig farm, I might as well just go ahead and make camp. Cook a meal. A mung bean, some embraced trash, and a smidgen of Equimax hair. Cool. And now, I could go straight over here, or I could go back over here and see what I get for this. Now I have to find my way back up to... Okay. Could I go around 2, 3, 4? I'm not gonna chance it. All the way back here. Yeah, I found your grenade.
Drifter, you have our thanks. Our village owes you a debt. For now, please choose a reward from our stockpile as payment for your service.
500 XP for that, that's pretty good. And I'm now at level 4. Ooh, I could get a laborer security card, a small sphere of negative weight, or a random point recoiler. A random point recoiler? Oh my gosh. But what is... Okay, I know what a recoiler is, but what is a small sphere of negative weight? So I'm here... Now, I'm not sure what it means that I would get a random point recoiler. Does this mean that I would get a recoiler that would send me to a random point that's not here? Or to a random point that I've already discovered? So this is potentially discovering a new location, which is great. Love exploration. That's one of my favorite parts of games like this. Or I can find out what a small sphere of negative weight is. And I don't know what it means that it has this code over here in brackets. I'm going to go with this one. I got to find out what this thing is. What is it? A sphere of some black pyritic metal succumbs to the negative pressures of gravity and tries to fall upwards. Does this mean that I have a higher carry capacity? Is this just more carry capacity? Is this just 10 extra pounds? Okay. Okay. Cool. I like it. I don't know. Let's go back. Let's go back over here. Oh, should have eaten. Some forgotten ruins. Let's see if I can make camp over here. Just gonna do that right here. Cook. Smidgen of witchwood, an aniseed, some vacated brineweed, and a sprinkle of dogthorn. Good deal. I'm running low on water. Not low, but I started out with 64. Nothing to trade, live and drink. What have we here? Shrine to Zermed II, the freezing heiress of insects. The shrine depicts a significant event from the life of the ancient Sultan Zermed II. At a remote laboratory in the prison autarky of Uratum, Zermed II met with a group of scientists and commissioned a hypothesis that evoked the presence of a frigid snowflake. He named it Snowflakica. Cool. Yeah, jot it down. And let's go ahead and pray. Why not? What was my mission here? What am I doing here? Oh, I'm looking for a salt weep, and it's 3 to 7 parsecs to the north of these ruins. So, okay. Ooh, chest. You know, let's use the clairvoyance. Let's just use it. I have it. Might as well use it. Cloth robe and a short bow. Probably will just end up selling the short bow. What was that? Of course it is. How close do I have to be? An adjacent creature. Love it. Just gonna go over this way. Now, okay. I don't know how a parasang translates to, like, the screens of an area, but I do know I need to go 3 to 7 north to find this salt weep I've been sent to find. So I'm going to go ahead and start traveling north from here. 1, 2, 3. Let's just see. 2, 3. And I'm lost. Which is fine. A lot of asphalt around here. Whoa. Tar-encrusted bones. Tissue was mineralized while it grew and then snapped off the tree of living things to become an artifact of life.
It was then stewed in burnt peat and turned to a hard goo. I don't know, maybe somebody wants to buy those. I regain my bearings. I'm gonna go ahead and make camp though, again, because I'm already hungry. I feel like I get hungry fast with this character. A swathed dawn glider egg, a humble uyr seed, a dram of astral brine stock, and a dogthorn leaf. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm lost again. I spot a Dromad caravan. Fantastic. Words fail to contain the paradox of this great saltback's domesticated immensity. Drifts on the cultural seas have swept a particular fable to your attention. Long ago, far away, folks supposed all of everything rested on the back of a world tortoise. Surely that flight of fancy came to someone gazing on a great saltback. Or does your own vision echo through the past to partake in its creation? And that's going to be the guard, that's going to be the trader. Okay. Oh, I'm no longer lost. Fantastic. Human, we are greeted. What do you desire? Let's trade. I am going to trade you this short bow. I'm going to go ahead and drop these bones somewhere because they're worth nothing. And I might just go ahead and trade for the water. Live and drink. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so I'm not entirely sure how finding things works on the map in this case, because I've discovered a trader, but I haven't found this salt weep. So I may need to go down into an area. I'm already hungry. I'm so hungry. Ipsilateral fractus thorn, nitronal brine stock, and a swaddled berry. So I don't know, I'm just gonna wander around, I guess. Not a whole lot. Oh, there was the caravan. Eek! Save me! Disgraceful mint, some rust, and a pinch of Dromad dander. I wonder where I got that. I do feel like I'm making camp and eating more often, but that could just be my imagination. Maybe it's just a result of traveling on the world map.
Ooh.
Ah! Phew.
Can I rest on the map? I can. Find a salt weep, located 3 to 7 parasangs north of some forgotten ruins. 3 to 7 north. So 1, 2, 3 at least. 2, 3, 4. So anywhere in this stretch. And I guess it could be... I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be directly north, but... Just running around the salt desert. Fungus patch. Oh. Spotted shag spook. Hello, a brooding jade puff? Jade gills tense and release, tense and release, tense and release, as if drawing breath into the puffer's stem. With each exhalation it belches a cloud of emerald spores like motes of twilight. They flutter back to the cap and congeal into a jade plasma. Alright, let's talk to this mushroom. A dandy cap? Nature bequeathed a dandy cap to the slender bowed stalk and gills that pucker on its... A dandy cap to the slender bowed stalk and gills that pucker on its underside. The pigment of its skin is liquid dye from a nearby weep. A nearby weep. That's exactly what I'm looking for. A spotted shag spook. These are both spotted shag spooks. This up here is another dandy cap. Ah! Brooms of spinning mold dots make the air look fuzzy. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about that. Let's chat. The fungus gives no indication of understanding. Let's trade. Nothing to trade. Live and drink. But can I proselytize to you? Unconvinced by my pleas. Well, that's fine. I am taking damage. Okay, well, that's fine. Another brooding jade puff. Can't chat with any of these mushrooms. I feel like this is an indication that I'm close to the salt weep, though. Okay, go back in this way. Yes, yes. Okay. Their leafy lobes flush and dampen with liquid. Alright, that's all I had to do. All I had to do was find it. I didn't need to get anything from it, right? I can just go back to Tulip. Fantastic. Back to Tulip. And I already made camp here, right? Yeah. It's light. Let's cook. Whip up a meal. Okay. And now who did I need to speak to about that? It's ethereal up. And he was over... Ooh, shoot. Was he up this way? I'm gonna check over here first. I don't think so. I think he was down over this way somewhere. Or she? I don't recall. Hello, not you. Yeah.
Cook your meals with yuckweed if you feel sick. Catch a disease early enough and you can kill it.
Okay. That's the warden. I just need to remember where people were. Here we go. I've located a salt weep.
Our thanks, traveler. You've proven yourself a friend to our village. Take this recoiler and return whenever your throat is dry.
Thanks, friend. And I'm now level 5. Your genome enters an excited state. Would you like to spend 4 mutation points to buy a mutation before rapidly mutating? If I can. Ooh. Yes? Okay. I could get a second head. Mental actions have 20% lower action cost, 50% chance initially and each round to shake off a negative mental status effect. Now that would compound with the rest of my mental abilities. A stinger, which could be useful to have a good melee option to go along with this build. You bear a tail with a stinger that delivers paralyzing venom to your enemies. 20% chance on melee attack to sting your opponent. Not huge, but Stinger's a long blade and can only penetrate once, always sting on charge or lunge. Stinger applies venom on damage. May use Sting activated ability to strike with your Stinger and automatically hit and penetrate. It's only got a cooldown of 25, and the venom paralyzes opponents for 1d3 plus 1 rounds. Not huge. But it does give me plus 200 reputation with arachnids. Or a force wall. You generate a wall of force that protects you from your enemies. That could be good. Creates 9 contiguous squares of a mobile force field. You might fire missile weapons through the force. So basically the force bubble that the crow had, essentially. But I think I'm going to go ahead and get a second head. I think the Stinger would be better for survivability, but I think I just want to compound my mental abilities. You gain 2-headed. And I've rapidly advanced that by 3 ranks to rank 4. And I have a tulip recoiler. And I'm now favored by the villagers.
Are you seeking more work, friend? Recently we came into possession of a data disk bearing a peculiar stamp and encoded with a strange signal. The signal means nothing to us, but there's a sect of tinkers called the Barathromites who might be interested in it. They are friends to our village and often trade for the scrap we tow out of the earth. Would you carry the disk to their enclave at Grit Gate, along the western rim of the jungle? In exchange for the delivery, you might seek an apprenticeship with them. If you're interested, take the disc now and travel safely.
Who are these Barathromites? Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Um, New quest, a signal in the noise. Now, if I recall, last time, last time, no, I think I made it to the Grit Gate. Yeah, I made it to the Grit Gate last time, and then I died on my way to Golgotha. Think of all the hats you can wear. That is true, Brian says. Having two heads is cool. Think of all the hats you can wear. Double the hats. Absolutely. Yeah. I now have a left and right head and face. So not just additional hats, additional masks, glasses. Uh, I gotta get a second hat. I gotta get a second hat. I have to. I have to make that a priority. Okay. What else though? Let's trade. Do I have anything I can sell? Oh, I forgot to drop these bones. Oh, he'll give me he'll give me a penny of water for it. Live and drink. All right, that's very cool. Take a look at this quest. Travel to Grit Gate. The ruined subterranean gate in the western jungle. Locate the Barthromite Enclave and ask them about the strange signal. Let's see. Dramatic Cavern. Oh, it's not in my locations. I know where it is, though. It's like over... I think it... It's one of these. It's either... I don't think this is this. This is like... This is what I thought was the Grit Gate at one point. I believe it's this up here. But I'll go take a look at the map momentarily. Probably wrap up here in a second, but I want to look at my mutations. So... Okay, everything is now 3 out of 10, interestingly. So, clairvoyance. The vision duration is 22 rounds now. Light manipulation. This rank, I produce ambient light within a radius of 5. Okay. Decent chance to reflect light-based damage. Stunning force. Range is 8, area is 7 by 7. Damage is 1d3 plus 1. Cooldown is 50. Teleport other. Still adjacent. Cooldown is 85 now. At a rank of 3 with 2-headed, mental actions have a 30% lower action cost. That's pretty good. I still have an attribute point, but I'm still not sure where I want to put it. So until I have a reason to use it, I'm gonna sit on it. Skills, though, I have 162 skill points. Now, I could take Wilderness Lore and make it easier to get to the Grit Gate. Although, I need 19 intelligence to get jungles, and I only have 17 intelligence, so I can't even get that. Cudgel... I need... Oof. I can't even take anything else because I need a minimum 17 strength to take any of these. And that's just a chance to ditch. And honestly, if I'm using my cudgel, something's gone wrong. Trash divining. Whenever you rifle through trash, there's a 5% chance you piece together clues and learn a random secret. Ooh, that's cool. That is cool. I have not got the intelligence for it. I need 4 more intelligence. So I'm not going to get that. Persuasion? Oh, here we go. Now I can. I could take Menacing Stare. Stare down a nearby opponent and send them fleeing in terror. Is it you just do it? There's no... Okay, so with Intimidate, they have a chance to resist. But with Menacing Stare, it sounds like it just happens, which would be great. Berate, you shame a nearby creature for 66 rounds, giving it a -4 penalty to DV, 2 hit, ego, willpower, and 10% penalty to quickness. Now that's a lot of fun. Snake Oiler, for purposes of bartering, your ego is treated as though it were 4 points higher. That's always useful, but survivability is more important this early on. Inspiring Presence, your words embolden your companions. But I need 25 ego for that. So that's pretty cool. If I manage to survive with this build for a while and I get some companions, which maybe I should try again while I'm here in town, get some people to come with me, I can eventually get this skill and embolden them, whatever that means. I might go ahead and take Intimidate, honestly. Oh, or wait, sorry. I have Intimidate. I might go ahead and take Menacing Stare. Yeah, I want to buy Persuasion. Okay. That leaves me with 62 skill points. That'll probably just go ahead and... Oh, okay. So swimming doesn't teach you how to swim. It reduces the movement speed penalty when swimming by 25 points. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sit on those skill points now. I might take one of these wilderness lore because those are great. Those are huge. But for now, I'm gonna sit on them, and I'm going to go up and take a look at the map. This is, yeah, there's Great Gate, this yellow bit up here. So to get there, I need to travel across these salt dunes, across these desert canyons, and across these flower fields. So those are all separate wilderness lores. And I can't afford more than one of them. I could take... probably mostly canyons. I can't take salt dunes because I don't have the intelligence for it, strangely. And I can't... yeah, I can't get it up with my attribute points. Well, I'll worry about that next time. I'm gonna go ahead and come outside here. And I think we can call it there. It's a longer stream. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and for watching the VOD. Yeah, this is interesting. I do miss the crow. It was a real shame the way he went out. But I'm liking Mock. I think Mock's gonna be she/her. Really excited to have 2 heads. I think I'm gonna make it a priority next time to I could go to the 6-day stilt, but I think I'm gonna make it a priority to head over towards the Great Gate and maybe try to get some. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try to recruit some of these guys. I'm actually gonna do that right now. Yes. Yes. Let's rename you. Choose a random name from your own culture. Agman Abasaya. Fantastic. I have now convinced Agman Abasaya to join me. I can direct him to attack a target. I can dismiss him if I want to. Tell him to engage defensively only. That is probably good. Change follow distance. Okay, that's good if I'm like sneaking or something. I can give him items. I don't think I really have anything to give right now, though. I need a hat. Actually, I need a hat. I need a second hat. Tell him to stay here. Tell him to move to a certain place. I can't access him, although I could. Okay, that's how you do it. But I can't take your hat. Fair enough, you need your hat too. Let's chat. But you can also trade from here. Okay, that works too. And I could take some of your water. Can I just take some of your water because you're my follower? That's a good question. I don't know. I now have a follower though. I've got Agman right here. So me and Agman, Mock and Agman. Next time we're gonna head out to Gritgate. It would be pretty cool if we could pool our money into one pool, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that next time. This is going to get interesting with you having companions. Yeah, I agree. I've known that was part of this game, but the fourth character I've streamed with, and the, I don't know, sixth character that I've played in the game in total, I've never had companions before. I think it's really interesting that I now have a character who has a hotbar ability built into the character build where you can just go up to somebody and proselytize and they'll just follow you. That's pretty interesting. So could be problematic, but I'm a little bit of I'm a little squishy. I don't even have much. I don't really have any armor. So, boy, there's a bunch. Now this is on cooldown, but I could wait. No, I'm gonna call it there. I'm gonna be satisfied with having Agman by my side. Actually, let's go over this way a little bit. Now, yeah, you coming? Is my move speed just higher than yours? Possibly. All right, there's me and Agman. Next time, we're going to head out in the direction of the Grit Gate and see how far we get. Thank you for joining. Yeah, check out my podcast, Radio Cataclysm. We're a couple episodes in on Patreon and one in on the main feed. You can switch right over to the playlists on this very YouTube channel. Check it out. It's weird sci-fi fantasy adventure about an expansionistic empire desperately clinging to power in a dying world that they have ruined by their own actions. I never said it was escapism. All right. Live and drink.